Welcome back. If you only just joined us, you're watching the Daily Roundup with Nina. Now, in a bid to create and foster business opportunities, the Republic of Estonia's Foreign Ministry is meeting up with Namibian business leaders, officials and various industry experts. Joining us live in studio is Ambassador at Large for Africa, Daniel Schaer, and Mariin Ratnik, who is the Undersecretary for Economic and Development Affairs of the Estonian Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Good evening.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Ambassador, perhaps to start with you, for those who don't know, Estonia, just briefly talk to us about the country, and then you can talk to us about the bilateral ties that exist between Estonia and Namibia.
Yes, thank you very much. Estonia is a member of the European Union. It's based in Northern Europe. It's a little bit smaller in terms of size in landmass, but population we're almost the same. We're 1.3 million people, but very dynamic and very into innovation and digital solutions, and that seems to be the direction that we're going together with Namibia as well. We see that there's a lot of opportunities here in digital sphere and also in green technologies, in hydrogen. So we're really trying to really put our two innovative sectors together.
Yeah, awesome. Talk to us about some of these opportunities that you're trying to create between Namibia and Estonia.
Yes, so we've been involved for a while. There's a project called NAMEX, which is the interoperability system here in Namibia, which allows the different databases of the governments to speak to each other. And there's an Estonian company and the government have been involved together in getting this system put into place. So we're here again with a business delegation from the ICT cluster to look and see how we can build things onto this road of interoperability between the different information sources. Mm-hmm. So we're also working very closely together with the EU, and one of the EU initiatives is Digital for Development. So we're also looking at how we can help with digital skills training and other things in the digital sphere.
Fantastic. Ms. Ratnik, with these opportunities that Ambassador touched on, which are potential, areas where the two countries can come together, what benefits lies in it for Estonia and, of course, for our country?
So as my colleague, dear friend Daniel mentioned this, I think the cooperation in ICT field is something that benefits both of us. And we have learned through our economic and state development that this is something that supports your state structures, supports your economy, and provides the services close to the citizens. That is, I hope, also the case in Namibia.
All right. Estonia is a high-income, advanced, economy, even though the population is so smaller than Namibia's, for that matter. And currently, they're ranked at 98 of the major economies. What is it that brought Estonia to this level, and what is it that Namibia can learn in terms of perhaps emulating what Estonia has done?
I think we share one element that, we started from 91 when we regained our independence from scratch to building up our state again. So something that has supported us is the same, the digitalization, providing services close to the people, easy to access them, but also the open economy, open to the world, open trade, and that's what we discussed also today, for example, in some of our meetings with our business delegation.
Yeah, even though, of course, technology is the way to go and the fourth IR is upon us, I'm sure you do know that Namibia has quite a disparity in terms of people that have access to the internet, to being able to have these, even the gadgets that they use to access the internet. With that in mind, how does the programs and relations that you're trying to bring to our country and enhance and invest in us in terms of digital initiatives, how will it help Namibia where there's such a big gap concerning individuals who aren't able to be digitally connected?
So one thing is that digital is an equalizer.
And pardon, do any of the initiatives that you're bringing help to make that gap a bit smaller?
So for us, digital was an equalizer. When we started the program, it was called Tiger Leap. We put internet into all of the schools. So it was a one-stop shop, and we also had training not only for the youth but also for the elderly. So today we have over 95% of tax declarations are done online. So even the elderly do it. So it's a matter of giving these tools, creating one-stop shops, creating city centers where the government led the opportunities to access these services. And also it was very important to pair it together with the business side. So the first partner that was interested in the digitalization in Estonia were the main banks. because that also simplified their processes, saved them resources, and also made doing business easier. So the digital signature has been one of the big game breakers in Estonia.
If I'm sitting in Namibia, has a lot of villages, and those are like, you know, small towns outside on the outskirts of the city center. If I'm sitting in the village, I don't have access to a smartphone, which allows me to have apps, which allows me to be able to, you know, get through to my bank, to do my e-filing online when it comes to, you know, these affairs. How does, you know, how do I get involved in an initiative like this? How do I benefit from an initiative like this without these resources, you know, available to me?
No, absolutely. I just can repeat that we had the same challenge in the beginning. So we to reach to every citizen. Also, even though our country is smaller than Namibia, but the access to every person in every village in the most remote areas was also a challenge for us. So to build this one point where the person can go and access to internet, have access to the computer, and through that also to build the knowledge that what the person can do using internet, what are the services available, and have this opportunity, even when it's in the beginning in just in one place, in one village around it, or in one school, or one library, for example, that you have in villages. So to give these opportunities, then more people have the possibility to use the services, and then of course you step by step build up the different digital services.
Yeah. Ambassador, how does being a digitally advanced country aid a country's economy?
So we're very easy for doing business. So at the moment we have 10 unicorns in Estonia, which is per capita almost either us or Israel are number one in the world, which means companies valued more than $1 billion. And why it is because the ecosystem is simple, limited bureaucracy. The government does not interfere in what the companies do, and it's easy to get access to the services. It's easy to open your company, it's easy to get permits, everything is done online. You do not go to the office, there's no queuing. You save 1 to 2 weeks of time from not having to stand in queues per year. So it's all of these savings that make it useful for the companies and make it easier for the companies to do business.
Would you like to add on to that, Ms. Ratnik?
Yeah, that one element that's also, of course, adds up to it is the very easy system to pay taxes. In Estonia, you can pay taxes in 3 minutes, means probably 3 clicks also. So when you facilitate everything that helps businesses to be created and also businesses to be maintained, plus supporting them in their creation is something that has helped us to come back to your first question, or one of those asking what have been the benefits of being a small open economy starting this digitalization right away.
What else will the delegation be up to during their time here in Namibia?
We had today already, as I mentioned, several meetings in Mirko with the Ministry of Trade and Industrialization, also with the Deputy Minister with the ICT. We will have a big workshop tomorrow, exactly the business-to-business context, to present our experience, our knowledge will take place in Jabo, and we see that there are lots of interest in there. Of course, one of the additional point, digitalization goes with the innovation, and we have also, for example, smart transport company with us that might be also interested to learn from that experience here in Namibia.
Fantastic. Ambassador, on that note, your final remarks this evening?
Well, you know, Namibia has been chosen as a priority country for us in Africa, and we're here with a business delegation to show our serious interest. And we know that it's really especially after COVID, it's important to make these face-to-face contacts, and really we've done all of these electronic calls already and the video calls, and now it's really time to come face-to-face and really find these ways to work together, and it looks like there's lots of potential. Fantastic.
Well, thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule to be here this evening. It was lovely speaking to you.
Thank you for inviting us.
Thank you for hosting us.
Well, there you have it. So we're going to take a very short break. Let's take a look at our local news roundup. When we come back, the Daily Roundup continues.